Hey guys, welcome back to NFTGG, and today we're taking a look at Dungeon Swap. So before we jump into this video, I just want to make a quick disclaimer that I will be making better videos about up-and-coming projects that deserve more attention, like Myst, Star Atlantis, Ember Sword, and all those really good ones that a lot of YouTubers have already covered. But I am enjoying trying out these games that have potential and are ready to launch or have just launched, and kind of reporting back to you guys what I've found, if it's good or bad, and will they sink or will they float. So I hope you enjoy this video. Now, Dungeon Swap launched last night, and it was the worst launch of a game I have ever seen. It was just so bad in so many ways. I even reached out to the team on Twitter and I emailed them hours before the launch to try and get a better understanding of what to expect. Nobody got back to me, and that's the reason why I didn't make a video covering the game yesterday before the game launched, because I had planned on maybe talking about it with you guys before the launch and maybe seeing if it's going to be a good project or a bad project. But I just wasn't confident after not getting anything back from the team. There was just too many little red flags that I didn't want to bring on the channel, and I'm so glad I didn't, because it was an absolute disaster of a launch. I'm going to bring up, I had actually high hopes for this game in some aspects, and if they delivered anything at all that was like promised, or that worked well, it could have been good. But they missed the mark so hard on so many different topics on the first day that it just plummeted. I'm going to show you the charts right now, and I'll show you when I started playing. If I look tired, it's because I was up at 4 AM playing this game to see what it was like for you guys. I actually didn't even end up recording it. I was just playing it to see, to understand the game so I can make a video about it. But I'm not even going to bother make a video yet until they update the game. So this is the chart for the last 30 days. As you can see, it was starting to pump, going up, getting a lot of hype. It dipped back down, became realistic, and then it started pumping again a few days before. And this is when the game launched. So it went up to 14. And when it went up to $14, that means that in the game, it would have cost you $14 to start playing one dungeon. And if you lost the second fight, even if you won your first fight and you lost your second or third, you lose all the money you spent on trying to win the dungeon, and you lose the one D&D, the $14 that you put into the game. So it was very slot machine type of gaming. It wasn't like skillful, and the odds just didn't seem to add up. Like there was a lot of fights where it said 77% or 95, sometimes even 98 or 9. You would still lose more times than not. So the stats displayed really didn't represent what the odds of winning actually were. It seemed like there was something really affecting the chances of winning, and it wasn't to do with the elements, because there was a few times where my element was better than the one in the game, because I had the, say for example, I had a water element weapon against a fire, something like that, and I would still lose. So yeah, it was just a mess, an absolute mess. So yeah, I started playing the game late last night, around 4 AM, and it was $10 to start playing the game. So if I played one dungeon, it was $10. And as you can see, it just plummeted down to $4.84, and then it continued to drop to $3.96. So the game really dropped hard. This is a really bad launch. The biggest complaints in the Discord when they did launch the Discord, because they made it on the same day as the launch, people were saying that their items were not showing up in their inventory. They'd enter a battle after equipping equipment, and the equipment would not be there, reducing their chance of winning. So you would pay $10 to enter the dungeon, and your equipment wouldn't show up in the fight. And even right now, I made about 20 NFTs last night because I played a few games. If I go to my armory right now to see my equipment, it's not there. Like they still haven't fixed displaying the equipment, the NFTs that you got in the game. I don't know why this game was released. It seemed like it hadn't been tested very much, because there was just so many major flaws immediately. You definitely weren't getting the odds displayed for the wins. It just seemed like that. NFTs were not showing up. And the last thing that was really brutal was the gas fees of the game. I played the game for like 10 minutes, and I swear I spent like $9 or $11 on just the B&B gas fees. Incredibly high. It doesn't really say it either. You have to pay extra money to use a special attack, giving you a higher chance of winning an NFT. And if you win the NFT, it costs you like 3 or 4 times the gas fee to just obtain the NFT for minting. But you wouldn't realize it. You could play the game for a few minutes and you look at your B&B balance and you're down $12 fast. So that was scary. So I stopped playing as soon as I saw that. I was only playing the game for about 10 to 15 minutes maximum, and I had lost 5 D&D. So at the time that was $50, and then I lost another 12 on gas fees. I had won the NFTs, but they weren't displaying, and they have a method here, a quick fix on how you type in the ID of the NFT and it should show up in your inventory. But if you do a few battles, after a while they'll just disappear again. You have to add every single NFT you made so far to build your character back, and it's just very frustrating. I don't know why this wasn't put onto like a free version for the first 2 days and let people test it out. So maybe people can, waste gas fee, but you're not losing $10 per dungeon because they let the game happen. They should have realized that, okay, it's $14 to play one game, and people are going to jump into the game immediately and like not know what's going on, not know how to win the fight. Even though there's a tutorial, the tutorial didn't fix the issues that the game had on launch, because the issues were not how to play the game, but the game wasn't working properly. So this is not going to be a very long video. I just wanted to say I felt like the game launched very poorly. The development team didn't take into consideration the things that could go wrong, and it burned a lot of people. A lot of people lost a lot of money in the first hour of playing this game, I believe. Some people, there is strategy to it. You can have like good equipment with the right elements and come out winning money a little bit. But it's you might as well say you can put a coin to a slot machine and win money at the same time, because you can win 3 of your fights and it says you've won up to 3.8 and you can cash out. But if you play the 4th and you lose all the money you built up, which is just, it's very slot machine oriented, or it's like a gambling mentality of a game. So I'm going to leave it on that, guys. I'm going to be avoiding this game for now. I will be keeping an eye on the updates to see if it ever turns into something worth playing. I know this game isn't like Myst or Ember Sword or anything major. This is like a game built into a swap, but it's still, I like to look for those random games that could be the next big thing in weird places. So I know I can go out there and cover much better games, but I think you guys like me to try out these random games like Crypto Tunes, and I mean Crypto Blades was a success, but it was a very weird game to begin with. So I'm going to keep doing these kind of videos for now, letting you guys know if it's good or bad in my opinion. Do your own research as well, guys. This is not financial advice. This is just my opinion and my experience with the game last night. So yeah, that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.